Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I have come on to share my May TBR with you guys. And let's go ahead and get to it. Now, I am participating in a readathon. It did start the end of April, and it's the one readathon to rule them all. I do have a TBR for that. I will link it down below. I am going to mention those books, but I'm really not going to go into too much detail about them. Alright, so the first book on my TBR is Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and it is a story of the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, from what I understand. So there's that. And if you guys watched my library haul, this is a library book. I did not notice that it is a large print book. So I'm going to try to read it in this print. If it's too annoying, then I'm just going to return it and I will check it out either from the library or I'll try to get it on the Kindle, one or the other. So, but that's Heartless. The next book is Cinder. And this is one that is part of the readathon that I'm reading for the readathon. But most of you guys probably already know what Cinder is, and I haven't read it yet, and I really wanted to read it, so yes, I'm excited about this one. The next one is The Savage Song, and it's by Victoria Schwab. Oh, the Cinder is by Marissa Meyer, if I didn't say that. Sorry, guys. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Oh, why do I have that "the" written there and this? I have to change that on my on my paper. From what I understand, from what I've read, it is about a story that a daughter wants to be like her father, and she's going home, and her dad obviously isn't human, and that he is a monster, and that he steals souls with his songs. That's what I gather. I've actually watched a couple people that have read this do reviews on it and said that it was really good. And so I had an opportunity to pick it up, and so I thought I would. And I'm hoping that I like it. So, and if you guys, any of you have read this, let me know if you liked it. Okay, the next one is Thunderhead. This is one by Neil Shusterman. This is one I'm really excited. I just did my wrap-up for April yesterday, and I went on and on and on and on and on about Scythe. I really enjoyed it, so I'm really excited about continuing. But I want to read a little bit for the readathon first to make sure I can get all 8 books done for the readathon. So basically, I'm not going to go into a lot about what this is about because I don't want to spoil the ending to Scythe. But if you didn't actually watch my wrap-up, I went all about what Scythe is about, and then it continues in Thunderhead. So I'll link my wrap-up down below also. So I'll link my wrap-up and my other TBR. Okay. Then I'm reading The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is also for the readathon. And I don't know a lot about this, but I did, I think, I read the back, I think, about this one. In the TBR for the readathon. So, but this is another one. And then The Ranger's Apprentice, which I have talked about in that one, and I've also talked about it before, that I've read part of it and really enjoyed it. And it's by John Flanagan, but this is a book 1, and I know once I start this I'm gonna want to continue. And I have the first 3 books, and then I have the 5th book, so I need to get the 4th book. And then the rest of them. There are several. And then there's a beginning series, and then there's another series in the same world. And yeah, it's one of those kind that I'm going to be collecting books forever. But that's okay. The next one is Son of a Witch by Gregory Maguire. This is another one for the readathon. And it's just real quick. It's basically the telling of the Wicked Witch of the West, her son. So that's just telling his story. And then the next one is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I'm excited about this. I once again, in the wrap up from yesterday, I read the very first one I've ever read by him is The Ocean at the End of the Lane, and it was so good. So I'm hoping that this one will be just as good. I have been told by a couple people that his are kind of hit or miss with them. So I'm hoping this is a hit, not a miss, because I'll be very disappointed. And it sounds, the description sounds really good too. But I read you guys the back and everything in my other TBR video. The next one is The Way of Kings. Ugh. Also for the readathon, I have started this barely. It's interesting so far. I mean, I've just started, but it's interesting. It's kind of long, kind of wordy, but I don't know. We're going to see. I think I might like these, and I think I might be in trouble because I think I might want to read this series, continue with this series, and I think all these books are long. So, and as you can tell, it's over 1,000 pages. So, yeah. I just don't really do short books, really. Usually, most of the books I read are right around 400 on average. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead with the other two books that I have, physical books I have here, and then I'll go on to the books I have on the Kindle. So Peter Likes Books is hosting a book club, and the next book we're reading is Heaven. I did not finish My Sweet Audrina. I have read it before. I will at some point go back in and continue reading that one. I think I've read this one, but I do not remember anything about this one. So yes, this is our next book for the book club. And this one, let's see. It says, of all the folks in the mountain shacks, the Castilles were the lowest, the scum of the hills. Heaven Lee Castile was the prettiest, smartest girl in the backwoods, despite her ragged clothes and dirty face, despite a father meaner than 10 vipers, despite her wary stepmother who worked her like a mule. For her brother Tom and the little ones, Heaven clung to her pride and her hopes. Someday they'd get away and show the world that they were decent, fine, and talented, worthy of love and respect. Then Heaven's stepmother ran off, and her wicked, greedy father had a scheme, a vicious scheme that threatened to destroy the precious dream of Heaven and the children forever. So yeah, it sounds interesting. So, hold on one second. Alright guys, sorry. My fiance was at the door. He didn't realize I was recording. Okay. And then the last one is The Demon in the Trees by Ben Sanders. I was supposed to read this last month, but I didn't get to it. And I'm going to buddy read this with Dane Cobain from Dane Reads, and I'm really excited. So we're going to be doing that the second week in May, right after I finish with the readathon. So, and he's got stuff, so that worked out for both of us. So we're going to buddy read this, and it'll be the first time I've ever buddy read a book. So I'm excited about doing that. And this one, I don't know a lot about it, but this one is, I'll read it to you. And see, there's Ben. He is a YouTuber, and he is hilarious, and you guys need to check him out too. So, Robert Michaels has spent his entire life preparing to become an investigator, like his father before him. The Watersburg Police Department grants his wish, and he becomes the youngest investigator in recent history. When he catches his first case, he's ready to tackle anything that gets thrown his way. What starts out as a simple robbery develops into something unlike anything the small town of Watersburg, Maine, has seen before. When the daughter of the local district attorney goes missing, Michaels is racing against the clock to find her. As the information before him begins to make less sense, the more he learns, Michaels uncovers a terrible secret that has been plaguing his home for years, hiding just beneath the surface. He needs to figure out whether he's stumbling down a false trail, or what would be worse, that there may be some truth to an old legend, the legend of the Wendigo. So yeah, it sounds good. I usually don't like crime kind of books, mystery kind of books. but I really hope I like it, because I would hate to not like a book just of somebody I know. So, but yeah, so that one. Okay, so we're going to go to the books on my Kindle. Okay. And I did it this way. Come on. I did it this way. You'll see that I do have Ben Sanders' book on this too. I got it on the Kindle before I won it. So, but I've also got The Handmaid's Tale, which a lot of people have recommended to me. And yeah, and this is cool because I have this on Kindle Unlimited, and I can also listen to it. Even though I usually don't like, or haven't in the past, like audiobooks, I thought maybe I'd try to listen to it too and see, I don't know, see if I like it. And then I have Safik, and I am very excited about reading that one, because that is the second book in to Incarceron, which is the one that I've actually done the only review. I will link that down below if you're interested. Very awesome book if you haven't read it. And that one's by, oh wait, Handmaid's Tale is by Margaret Atwood, and Safik is by Catherine Fisher. Okay. And then Hunted, which is supposed to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling, is by Megan Spooner. I've seen a couple of reviews by people saying that that was really good. This is The Wish. It's the first Witcher book, and it's by Andrzej Sapkowski. It's Polish, and yeah. And this one oh, sorry guys. This one I'm reading for the Readathon, and I have started it. I am 70% done, as you can see, 70% right there. This book is awesome. I am loving this book. If you guys have ever read any of Vampire Hunter D books, or seen any of the anime, or seen the manga, or whatever, it gives me that kind of feel, which most of you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's so good. And I didn't know what this book was about. So I can kind of tell you now, because now that I'm reading it, I know. It's about Geralt, I think is his name. He's a witcher. Basically, he was taken and made into a monster hunter. And he's kind of almost a supernatural being himself. And he uses magic and swords and things to kill different kinds of monsters. And basically, every chapter is dealing either part of his story or him dealing with killing a monster. And I'm believing, from what I understand, the monster killing is in his past, and it's almost like he's telling somebody in the present his story. And it's just, I don't know, it's so good, and I just can't wait to finish it, and I'm going to continue in that series because I'm really excited about it. Now, the other one, wow, hold on, let me cover this. Okay, here we go. Oh, that doesn't really help, did it? Okay, well, that's my light. Wow, this is just not wanting to work here. Okay, so this next one is Star-Touched Queen, and it is by Roshni Chokshi. And I don't really know anything about that either, because I don't have I should have looked it up. But anyway, it's part of the Readathon also. And then I am participating in another, because, you know, I don't participate in enough stuff, book club, and it's Melissa Mullins. She is a colorist here on YouTube. And I will link her coloring channel down below, and I will also link the Facebook group if you guys are interested in the book club. And we are reading Midnight Crossroad by Charlene Harris, and she is the one who wrote the Sookie Stackhouse books. And I haven't read any of those, but yeah. And we're going to take the whole month of May to read the book. So I have a lot of linking down below. So I'm going to try to remember to link everybody I mentioned so that you can check out their channels or the groups or however you want to do that. So if you want to participate in the readathons or the book clubs, with us, you guys can come on over. So, but that is my list, and usually I only do 17, but there's 16 on that list. Who knows? I mean, I did read 12 last month, so who knows? Maybe I'll read 17 this month. I don't know. But anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If you guys have read any of the books or suggestions of the ones for the readathon that I should read first. Like I said, I'm almost done with The Witcher. I'm really enjoying that. I'm slowly getting through The Way of the King, so I'm already working on those two. So any of the other ones that you think I should read, I was thinking about when I get finished with The Witcher, starting Cinder, because I have a feeling that one's going to be easy to get through. Or else maybe Neverwhere. I don't know. See, that's my problem, is I can never decide what to start on next, because there's so many that I want to read. It's like coloring, you know. There's so many pictures that you want to start, and then you end up finishing none of them. So, but anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening to my rambling as always, and please remember to be kind to each other, and I will see you next time.